Hello everyone, today we are making this mini teddy bear with a heart. This can be used as a keychain or as a handmade gift or even as a desk decoration. So let's get started. I'm using a medium weight acrylic yarn today to make the teddy bear, and with this I'll be using a 3mm crochet hook size to make this project. Also we'll be needing a pair of scissors and yarn needle to weave in any tail ends, and also a ton of fiber filling to stuff our teddy bear. Start the pattern by making a magic ring. So to make a magic ring, we will hold the end of the thread here like this with our thumb, and we will take the longer end that is attached to your yarn ball and wrap it around your two fingers like this, parallel on this side, and at the back we will form an X like this, and then we will hold this thread with the thumb here too. So it should start looking something like this. Now we will take our hook facing downwards and we will go under the first thread and grab this other thread from under it, forming an A shape like this. Now we will twist our hook upwards. With the face upwards, now we will grab this longer side of the thread and pull it through the loop on the hook. And now we can take out our two fingers. This creates our magic ring. Now we are starting row 1, and for row 1 we have to make 6 single crochets inside this magic ring. So to make a single crochet, we will go inside this magic ring and pull up a loop like this. Now we have 2 loops on the hook. We will pull through both the loops. That is my first single crochet, and if you're a beginner, you can mark this stitch. So we will continue making 5 more. We will pull up a loop, pull through both the loops. This is the second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So we have made 6 single crochets here. Now we will just pull this end of the thread and close the circle up. So just pull it tight here. This closes this up. And now we will be making a slip stitch in the first stitch or the first single crochet that we made in this round. So this was our first single crochet. We'll just go in here and pull up a loop, and we will pull it through the loop on the hook. So this is a slip stitch, and now we will chain 1. This completes our round 1. Now we are starting round 2, and for round 2 we have to make increases in each of these stitches. So for an increase, we will be making 2 single crochets in one stitch. So we will go in the first stitch where we made our slip stitch and chain 1. So go in here and pull up a loop and pull through both the loops. So that's my first single crochet in the first stitch. Now again I'm going back in the same stitch and we will make another single crochet. So we have to, this is an increase, we have to make an increase in every stitch. Again in the next stitch we'll be making 2 single crochets. So going back in the same stitch, pull up a loop and make a single crochet. So continue making 2 single crochets in each stitch for round 2. And by the end of the round you should end up with 12 stitches in total. Here I am at the end of round 2 and I have 12 stitches all around, and here we will be not working in this slip stitch. You can see there's a stitch at the end. This is not to be worked into, and there's this chain 1 that we did before. We will be going straight in the first stitch of round 2, the first single crochet that we made in this round, and we will be making a slip stitch here now. So pull a loop and pull it through the loop on the hook here, and again we will be chaining 1. So here this completes our round 2. Now we are starting round 3, and for round 3 we have to make 1 single crochet in the first stitch of this round. So here make 1 single crochet, and in the next stitch we will be making an increase, which is 2 single crochet in the same stitch. So 1, and here again going back in the same stitch 2, and this is what we will be doing all around for round 3. Again we will start by 1 single crochet in the next stitch and follow it up with an increase, that is 2 single crochet in the same stitch for the next stitch. Again 1 single crochet, and then we have to make an increase. So keep doing this for round 3, 1 single crochet and follow it up with an increase till the end, and you should end up with 18 stitches in total. Here I am at the end of round 3 and with 18 stitches all around. We will again make a slip stitch at the end, going in the first stitch here and make 1 chain to close this up. So this completes our round 3. Now we are starting round 4, and for round 4 we have to make 1 single crochet in the first stitch here. Then in the next stitch we have to make an increase, which is 2 single crochet in the same stitch. So 1 and 2 going back in the same stitch. Now in the next stitch we again have to make 1 single crochet. So here make 1 single crochet, and this is the pattern for round 4. So again we will start with 1 single crochet. Then in the next stitch we will be making an increase, that is 2 single crochet in the same stitch. And then again in the next stitch we'll make 1 single crochet. So keep doing this for round 4, 1 single crochet, increase, 1 single crochet and so on till the end, and you should end up with 24 stitches at the end of round 4. Now here at the end we'll again make 1 slip stitch in the first stitch and we will chain 1. Now for round 5 we have to make just 1 single crochet in each stitch all around. So we will end up with 24 single crochets for round 5. Similarly round 6 and 7 are the same. So for all 3 rounds we have to do 1 single crochet in each stitch all around. At the end of every round we will be making a slip stitch and chain 1. So we will start with round 5 and we will make 1 single crochet here in each stitch. So here at the end of round 5 with 24 single crochets all around, we will make a slip stitch here in the first stitch and we will chain 1, and similarly we will complete round 6 and round 7 with 24 single crochets. So I'll see you after round 7. So here I've completed 7 rows. We can count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now we'll be starting our 8th row. So right now the stitch count is at 24 and we will be decreasing stitches now. So we will be bringing the stitch count down to 12 now. So we will be making 12 decreases for round 8. So I will be making invisible decreases for amigurumi. So to make our invisible decrease, we will only be picking up the front loops of the stitches and making our single crochets. Here in the round you can see these little V's. This is our stitch where we are making our single crochets right now. So it is made up with 2 loops here. You can see one towards at the back and one towards you. So this back one is called the back loop of the stitch, and this one, this strand or loop towards you, is called the front loop. So we will be going only in the front loops and making our decreases for this round. So let's start. In the first stitch here, we will be going only in the front loop. So this is the front loop. We will take our hook and just go through this, and then we will go in the next stitch only in the front loop. So I've grabbed 2 front loops of the 2 stitches and we will pull up a loop from both these front loops here. And here you can see now we have our 2 loops on the hook and we will make our single crochet as we usually do. You can again mark the stitch if you're a beginner. Similarly, we'll again make another decrease. We will go only in the front loop of the stitch and then we will go in the front loop of the next stitch. So we will grab 2 front loops of 2 stitches and we will pull up a loop and make a normal single crochet. So this is a single crochet decrease and we will keep doing this. So we have to make 12 decreases all around. So grabbing the front loops only. This is the 3rd decrease. Fourth. Fifth decrease. Again we are going only in the front loops and grabbing from 2 stitches and pulling up a loop, and again this is the 6th decrease, and you will continue doing this till the end of round, till you have 12 decreases and end up with 12 stitches. So I'll see you at the end. So here I am at the end of round 8 and I am left with just 2 stitches, so we will make our last decrease. This is my 12th decrease for this round. So going only in the front loops, make a single crochet decrease. So here our round 8 is complete and we will be making a slip stitch to close this up. So we will go only in the first stitch here and make 1 slip stitch and chain 1 here. So this is how it will start looking, and this completes your round 8. So we are done with the head part, as you can see. So we will just stuff the head right now, because then we'll be moving on to the body. So here I'm using fiber filling. You can also use cotton and scrap yarn, but you'll need quite a bit, and just stuff it enough to give it the round shape. So now I'm starting round 9, and for round 9 we have to again increase stitches. So we are at 12 stitch count all around, and we will be going back to 18 now. So we will again be increasing. We'll go in the first stitch here and make 1 single crochet. Then we will go in the next stitch and make an increase. So an increase was 2 single crochet in the same stitch. So 1 and 2. Again we will repeat this, go in the next stitch, make 1 single crochet, and then in the next stitch we will make an increase. And this is what we'll keep doing for round 9 till we end up with 18 stitches in total. Here at the end of round 9 we will again close the round up by making a slip stitch in the first stitch of this round, and we will make chain 1. So here we have completed round 9. We are going to do round 10, and round 10 is where we will be making these tiny hands of this teddy bear. So round 10 I will be working the stitches only in the back loops. So here was our stitch, this little V, and this loop towards you is the front loop, and the loop at the back here is the back loop, and we will only be making stitches in the back loop for round 10. Now if you're a beginner and you have issue picking up just the back loops at any point, you can go through the full stitch also, which is okay. Now we are starting round 10 and we will be going only in the back loop, and we have to make 5 single crochets first in the first 5 stitches. So this is our first stitch where we made the slip stitch, and this is the back loop, and you can go in here, pull up a loop and make your first single crochet, and you can mark this. And as a tip, you can use your finger to push down this stuffing so that you can easily see your front loop and back loop, and it is easier for you to pick up the stitches. Again in the next stitch we will go in the back loop only and make another single crochet. So that's the second single crochet, again in the back loop only, third single crochet, fourth, and then in the next 5th. So we have to make 5 single crochets first in 5 stitches like this. After the 5 single crochet in the next stitch, only in the back loop again, we have to make a bobble stitch. So for a bobble stitch we will be yarning over once, and we will go in the stitch in the back loop here, and we will pull up a loop here like this. Try to keep these stitches quite loose. So here now we have 3 loops on the hook, and we will pull through the first 2 loops here. Now we have 2 loops, we will leave it here and we will yarn over once more and go back in this stitch, and again we will be pulling up a loop here. So again here we'll have 4 loops on the hook, and we will pull through the first 2 loops here. Now we have 3 loops on the hook left, and we will leave it here. Again we will yarn over and go back here in the same stitch in the back loop, and we will pull up a loop here. Now we have 5 loops on the hook, we will pull through the first 2 loops, and we will end up with 4 loops on the hook, and we will leave it here. Again we will yarn over and go back in this stitch. I'm going in the same stitch every time, and we will pull up a loop here, and again we will just pull through the first 2 loops. So at the end of the bobble stitch we will be left with 5 loops on the hook, and this is what we have to do for a bobble stitch. Every time at the end we need these 5 loops on the hook, and now we will pull through all the 5 loops here. This completes your bobble stitch, and it will be helpful if you keep all these stitches quite loose and not very tight, because it will be easier to pull through all the 5 loops at the end. And again, if you have problem making the bobble stitch, you can go through both the loops of the stitch and make it. So now we will move forward, and we have to make 6 single crochets in the next 6 stitches. So this is my next stitch, you can see from here, and I'll be going only in the back loop, and here we will pull up a loop and here make a single crochet like this. Now in the next stitch again we will be making a single crochet, so that's the second single crochet, third single crochet, then in the next we'll be making the fourth single crochet, fifth single crochet, and then going back in the back loop only we will make our sixth. So we have made 6 single crochets here after the bobble stitch. Now here again we have to make a bobble stitch to make our second hand of the teddy bear. So again we will repeat, keeping the loop a little loose on the hook. We will yarn over once, we will go in the back loop of the stitch, and we will pull up a loop here. Here we have 3 loops, we will pull through the first 2 loops, and now we leave it here. Again we will yarn over, go back in the stitch and pull up a loop here again. Again we will be pulling through the first 2 loops only. Here now we have 3 loops on the hook, we will leave it here. Again we will yarn over, go back in the same stitch and again pull up a loop, and then after pulling up the loop we will pull through the first 2 loops. Again here now we have 4 loops on the hook and we need 5, so we will do it one more time. So yarn over, go back in the stitch and again pull up a loop here, and then we'll pull through the first 2 loops here. Now we have 5 loops on the hook, so we will now pull through all the 5 loops and complete our bobble stitch here. Now we will move on, and in the next remaining stitch we have to do a single crochet, that is 5 stitches now here. So we will be making 5 single crochet and we will be going in the back loop only. So again here we will make our first single crochet, and then in the next stitch also we will make our second, third single crochet, fourth, and in the last stitch here fifth. So here we have completed our round 10, and at the end we will close this up by making a slip stitch in the first stitch here, and then we'll do our chain 1 to close round 10. So this is how it will start looking. Now round 11 is a simple one, we just have to make 1 single crochet all across the whole round. So we will start, and we have to go through both the loops now. We are not going through the back loops or front loops, we will be going through full stitch. So we will start with here in the first stitch itself and make our first single crochet, 1 and 2, and we'll keep making 1 single crochet in each stitch here. So here I'll also grab the bobble stitch. Again here you can fold it up like this to see, so that you don't miss any stitch. So here at the end of round 11 you should have 18 stitches all around, and we will close this round up again by making a slip stitch in the first stitch of this round, and we will chain 1. So this is how it will start looking till round 11. Now round 12 is the same as round 11. We will be making one single crochet all around. So at the end you will again end up with 18 stitches in total. So keep making one single crochet for round 12 also in each stitch. Here, and I'll see you at the end. Here I'm at the end of round 12 now, and we will be making a slip stitch and chain 1 again to close this round up. Here. So now we are about to start round 13, and that is where we will be making the legs now of the teddy bear. So round 13 will be made through both the loops. So we will be going through the full stitch to make the stitches in this round. So we will start with the first, and we will start by making 6 single crochets first for round 13. So 1, 2, here 3, 4th single crochet, 5th and 6th single crochet. After the 6 single crochet we have to again make a bobble stitch the same way we made the hands. Exactly the same way we will be making the 5 loops on the hook. So let's start the bobble stitch. We will yarn over once and go inside the stitch, and we will be pulling up a loop. Try to keep your stitches loose, and we will pull through the first 2 loops. Here we are left with 2 loops on the hook. We will leave it here, and then we'll again yarn over and again go and pull up a loop, and we will be pulling through the first 2 loops here. Make sure. So here now we have 3 loops on the hook, and we will again yarn over one more time and go inside the same stitch and again pull up a loop. Here now we again have to pull through the first 2 loops only, and now we are left with 4 stitches on the hook. Again we'll do it one more time, yarn over and go inside the same stitch and again pull up a loop here and pull through just the first 2 loops. Now we will end up with 5 loops on the hook, 1 2 3 4 5, and this is where we will just pull through all the 5 loops. So here we have created our bobble stitch. So after the bobble stitch we have to continue making single crochet. So we have to make 5 single crochet in the next 5 stitches. So we will go in the next stitch after the bobble stitch here, and we will pull up a loop and we will make our single crochet here. Now again in the next we will go and make another single crochet. This is the second, third single crochet, fourth single crochet and fifth single crochet here. Now after the 5 single crochet we have to again make the bobble stitch to make another leg part for the teddy bear. So again repeat the same process for the bobble stitch. Yarn over and go in the stitch and pull up a loop. Pull through the first 2 loops, again yarn over, go in the stitch, pull up a loop, pull through the first 2 loops. We have 3 loops here, again yarn over, go in the stitch and pull up a loop, and just pull through the first 2 loops here. We have 4 loops, again yarn over, go back in the stitch and pull up a loop and just pull through the first 2 loops and repeat. So stop when you end up with 5 loops on the hook, 1 2 3 4 5 here, and then we'll just pull through all the 5 loops. So this creates our next bobble stitch. So after the bobble stitch we will be making 1 single crochet in the remaining stitches now, which is 5 stitches. So we will be making 5 single crochet. We will go in the next stitch after the bobble stitch and make our first single crochet here, then again second single crochet, third single crochet, fourth and fifth here. So we are also at the end of the round now, and we will be closing the round up with making one slip stitch in the first stitch of this round, and we will chain one. So this completes our round 13 here. So now we are starting round 14, and for round 14 we will be decreasing stitches again. So we are at 18 stitch count. We will be moving down to 12 stitches now. So we will start the pattern for round 14. This is our first stitch here. We will go here and make one single crochet, and you can mark your first stitch if you're a beginner. Now again in the next stitch we have to make a decrease. So we will be going again only in the front loops of the next two stitches here. So just go, take your hook in the front loop of the first and then into the front loop of the next, and pull up a loop and make your single crochet decrease here. So this is a decrease. Now again we have to make a single crochet and then follow it up with a decrease. So these are the next two stitches here. We will be grabbing the front loops and making our single crochet decrease here. Again we'll repeat this. You can fold it up here like this so that you can see the stitches clearly over the bobble stitch. Here again you will make one single crochet, and here you will grab the front loops only here again and make your invisible decrease. And continue doing this till here at the end, till you end up with 12 stitches. So here I am at the end of round 14 again. So we'll be making a slip stitch in the first stitch of this round and make one chain. So we have completed 14 rounds, and this is how it's shaping up. So now we have to add the remaining stuffing in the teddy bear body, and then we will be closing this up. So let's add more stuffing. Also you can take your hook and you can just push out these bobble stitches so that they are more prominent, and you can add your stuffing in these two. Just stuff it enough to fill all the space. Don't overstuff it and make it rock solid, that there is room for it to be a little squishy. That's how. After we have added the stuffing, we'll make the last round now, which is round 15, and we have to make 6 decreases all around for round 15. So we will again go only in the front loops of the stitches. So this is the first stitch, going in the front loop, and then again in the front loop of the next stitch, and we will make our single crochet decrease. So this is the first one. Again we'll go in the next front loops of the next two stitches and make the second decrease. Third decrease. Fourth decrease. Again. This is the fifth decrease, and now we are left with just 2 stitches here at the end. So we'll make the last decrease, that is the 6th decrease. So here we'll be making 6 decreases, and we'll end up with in total 6 stitches again at the end. And now we can cut the yarn. So here we'll be taking quite a long thread before cutting, because we will be closing the circle and sewing it inside. So here now we can fasten off from this side. We'll take out the hook, and here we'll use our needle. So what we'll do is we'll go in the next stitch, which was the slip stitch here, and just go through this whole slip stitch and just pass your needle and thread through it. Now in the next 6 stitches that we were left in this last round, we will only pick up the front loops of the stitches and pass the thread through. So here 1, again is the second, third, then we'll pass it through the fourth one, fifth, and here we will have to pass it through the last one. This was the last stitch here. So we'll go just in the front loops. After we have passed through all the front loops of all stitches, we will be just pulling it tight here like this. This will close the circle up. You can tighten it a bit here. Now I just like to take the needle and pass it through a few times inside this Teddy's body through the stuffing. And here we can just go in a stitch adjacent and create a knot here. So before pulling it fully through, just pass the needle back through this loop here. This creates a knot here, and now you can just again take your needle and just bring it out anywhere from the bottom like this. Pull it tight here, and now we can just cut this yarn and just squish in any tail end here. So here we are done with the body of the teddy bear, and it is looking so adorable. Now we'll just add 2 cute ears on the top. So this is the front of the body, and we will be putting the ears on both the sides. So I like to attach the ear on the 4th row from the top. So this is the first row, as you can see. This is 2nd, 3rd and 4th. So we will be going here on the right side in the 4th row and attaching our first ear. So grab the same color yarn that you used to make the whole body. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Here in the 4th row we will be going here. So I've taken my hook in here like this, and I'm bringing it out just before the 3rd row like this. So just grab any stitch on the right side and bring your hook out like this from the 4th row. So here is where we will attach the thread now. So just bring out a loop through this stitch and make 1 chain. So this will attach this yarn here, and now we can begin making the ear. So here in the same stitch or same space where you have made your chain is where we'll go back here. So here again I'm going back like this in the same space, and we will pull up a loop and make a single crochet here like this, and again we will make a half double crochet in this same stitch space. So I'm going back in the same place again and again where I have attached the yarn and then chain 1. We made 1 single crochet. Now for a half double crochet we will yarn over once and go back in this space here and take the hook out back from here and pull up a loop like this. Now we have 3 loops on the hook, and we will pull through all the 3 loops here. Now again we'll go one last time here in the same stitch. You can see I'm going in the same space, and we will pull up a loop and make a single crochet now. So this is for the ear. And now what we'll do is, so we are on round 4 and we will make a slip stitch in round 3 just above where we have attached this and made these stitches. So just one stitch above. So you can go from here back in the top. You can see, I'll show again. So this is where we have made our single crochet, half double crochet, and then again single crochet. I am going here in the top stitch on the top row. So round 3 is where I'm taking my hook inside now, and from here we will make a slip stitch here like this here. So you can see this creates a cute ear shape on the right. Now once you have made the ear on one side, we will cut off the yarn here because we are done from this side. So just cut some thread and we will fasten off here like this. We will take the needle and this thread that we have cut, we will pass it through the needle, and here then at the back of the teddy bear, the back side, we can just take it and bring it out anywhere from the back like this. Then we'll take this other thread that was hanging out. This is where when we attached the yarn, and we will take this too here and we will bring it out from the same place where we have brought out this one. So just bring both the threads out from a seam stitch, and then we just tie 2 knots to secure this. So 1 and 2 like this. Here we will cut out the excess yarn, so like this. You can just squish it in the knot that we made so that it's not visible from the back. So here, so we have already made one ear and it is secure. Now we'll do the same thing on the other side and make the other ear. So to make the other ear, what you can do is you can count the stitches from here just to align it perfectly on this side also. So again, this is 1 2 3 4th row. We will be attaching in the 4th row. We can just randomly count 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So I will be leaving 10 stitches between the 2 ears and then be attaching it here again. You can see from up top also here that you're coming at the right place. So 1 2 3 4, this is the 4th row, and I'll be attaching my ear here just after you've passed it through, just chain 1 to secure it, and now we'll just repeat these steps again. So here we'll just go back in this space where we have just attached the yarn and pull up a loop here and make a single crochet first. Then we have to make a half double crochet, so yarn over once. We are going back in this chain stitch space and pull up a loop here, pass the hook through all the 3 loops, that's your half double crochet, and then we will be going back in this space and again pulling up a loop, and we will make our single crochet here like this. So after the single crochet, half double crochet and single crochet, we will be going in the stitch just above in round 3 again. So just the stitch above to this space where we have already made the stitches, just go in round 3 anywhere on top here and make a slip stitch in the next stitch, basically like this. So here you can see we have made another ear, and we will be cutting the yarn here and do the same thing. So we will just fasten this off, tighten it, and we will take the thread and just bring it back through the help of a needle. So here just take it and bring it out anywhere from the back like this, and take this other thread also now. Just take it in the back and take it out from the same space where you took out this other thread. Here we'll again tie 1 or 2 knots to secure this. Like this, and we will cut out the excess yarn again. Here we will squish this knot inside through the help of a needle or scissors so that it's just not visible. Here, so you can see we have attached both the ears. So the body and ears is done. Now we just have to add some detailing. So we will be making the eyes with the help of a thread. If you have safety eyes, you can put it before the stuffing and closing the body. I'll be using a black thread to make the eyes and the mouth, and then we'll also be adding a little heart detail after that. We attached both the ears on round 4, so I'll be making the eyes and the mouth on round 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is where I'll make the eyes, and just on top of round 6 I'll be making the mouth. Here you can see a cute teddy is ready, and we just have to add a little heart to go on it. So we will be making this heart now. Now to make a tiny heart to stick on the teddy bear, we will start by making a magic ring. So I've shown in the beginning how to make a magic ring if you want to go and check out. Now after making the magic ring, we will be making 2 chains here. So yarn over 1 and 2. So here then we'll make 2 double crochets. So to make a double crochet, yarn over once, go inside this magic ring and pull up a loop. Now here we have 3 loops on the hook and we'll pull through the first 2 loops. Now we have 2 loops on the hook, we'll pull through the last 2 loops. So that's a double crochet. So we have to make another double crochet. Again, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2 loops, and then again pull through 2 loops. After the 2 double crochets, we have to make 2 half double crochets inside the magic ring. So we will again yarn over, pull up a loop, and we will pull through all the 3 loops. So that's a half double crochet. Again yarn over, go inside the magic ring, pull up a loop and pull through all the 3 loops. So we have also made our 2 half double crochets here. Now after the 2 half double crochets here, we will be making 1 chain here, and then again make 2 half double crochets inside the magic ring. So that's the first. Again yarn over and pull through all the 3 loops. That's the second half double crochet. Then again make 2 double crochets inside this magic ring. Here. Now after the 2 double crochets, we again have to make 2 chains, 1 and 2, and we will slip stitch back inside this magic ring. So going back, pull up a loop and pull it through the loop on the hook here. And now just pull this thread tight, this shorter tail end, and we will cut off this yarn now. And we will just fasten off. So take out the hook from this side and again pull this thread to tighten the circle. So you can see we have formed a tiny heart here. I'm just going to use my needle now to take this thread at the back Here we will tie knot with these 2 tail ends. To just secure it, I'll just tie one more. Here if you wish you can weave these in, or we can just directly cut it out because we'll be sticking this up on the teddy bear. So just cut out this excess yarn. So here you can see the heart size is perfect for this teddy bear. So we will just be gluing this up with the help of a glue gun here in the center. Here our cute little mini teddy bears are ready. These make such a cute back charm or keychains, and if you want to see how I attach keychain to my amigurumi, you can check out a detailed shot on my channel that I will be linking down in the description below. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please give a like, comment and do subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.